record real quick. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to my podcast. I'm here with a former teammate of mine, and you can go ahead and state your name, your school, and all that.
My name is Trevor Price. I attended the University of Nevada-Reno. I played football there on a full Division I athletic scholarship. I graduated with a criminal justice degree. I attended Cedar Ridge High School in Round Rock, Texas. And I was a linebacker as well. So.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, so just like as you was growing up and stuff like that, what was your main motivation to just really just play football and also to play it beyond high school?
I don't know. I guess my main motivation was just to I always wanted to be dependable and accountable to my teammates and stuff. I always wanted to be someone that could be counted on and that was going to do my job. So that was really my main motivation. If I'm on the field, then I need to be doing my best because someone else could be playing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't want to take advantage of that and not do my best.
Okay, so would you say that you had like a family member who originally influenced you, or you was just like, oh, I saw some football games and all that, might want to do something in the future?
I would definitely say my older cousin Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up I really didn't even like football initially, to be honest. I never really saw myself playing football. I would go over to his house and play with him, just with his friends and stuff, and he would moss me and just eat my lunch, man. I'll go to his games. We played back then. We played in a league called TYFA, and there's still a thing. It's way bigger.
Yeah.
But I played for the Wranglers. He played for the Pflugerville Hawks, and
oh yeah, I did too.
The Hawks, bro, were notorious. They were so good.
I played with them. It was crazy, man.
It was crazy. I was just like, bro, you guys are dang, they damn near cheating, bro. It feels like they. So he played for them, and I would always go to their games when I was young. He was really good. They were always throwing him the ball. He was always making big catches, getting touchdowns and stuff. I'm like, dang, it was kind of fun, and so when I started, I wanted to play offense because who doesn't want to play offense when they first start?
Okay.
Everyone wants the ball. Everyone wants to catch the ball, run people over, get touchdowns and stuff, bro. I was not good at offense. I was not. I couldn't catch. I was just not good. But I always played linebacker. So when I did start, I think I started in fourth grade or something.
Okay. So going through high school, would you have ever thought that you're gonna play Division I football at just Division I? Have you ever thought of that until you got an offer?
Not really. I mean, I remember I think in 8th grade, 7th grade, whenever you took Miss Pfluger's BIM class or
Yeah.
You had to write that letter to yourself and she mails it to you and stuff. I can't remember what mine said, but I think I said I was gonna be playing a Division I sport then. But I would had no way of dang, how is this even attainable? I just knew I gotta work really hard. I know that. So always had to not get great grades or anything, but at least in high school, had to try to always get A's and B's.
Okay, and was there any athlete that you looked up to? It could be an NFL player, college player, or even a upperclassman when you was a freshman, sophomore, even a junior growing up.
I guess when I got to high school, I always wanted to be his name was Bryce. Bryce Jennings, I think that's his name. And he was super strong. You remember we had that whole ranking system and shirts and stuff. Where I was dang, this is really advanced. What is going on right now? He was always at the top, basically. I was dang. And he never saw him because he played baseball and all this stuff. Every now and then he would come in there and he would lift some crazy weights. Who is this dude? See pictures of him smacking the crap out of people and they're lifted off the ground. He was really good. And I would say I watched a lot of videos of the '85 Bears. That defense was really good. Mike Singletary, great linebacker. Obviously, like Ray Lewis is a great linebacker. Um, Brian Urlacher, like dudes like that, man. Like, just old school, just bringing the wood, like dudes in the box, like just in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. So over the past few years, have you experienced or had any times where you've had like a certain setback within your sport or even outside your sport? Have you experienced something like that?
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like when you play football for I don't know, like from fourth grade on to like I don't know 5 years in college, like you're gonna incur some injuries. I tore my ACL my senior year of high school. That sucked. So I was like, dang, dude, like I gotta get surgery. Like I was really nervous, thinking like the school wasn't gonna, like hold up my offer and stuff because like that coaching staff got fired before
Oh,
school there. Like the staff that recruited me was gone. So I was just like, I'm over here, like had gotten surgery, like there's no coaching staff in there yet, and they bring in a new staff. But they assured me I was gonna keep my scholarship and stuff, so that was cool. I had to get surgery on my hand when I was in college. I had to get surgery on my heart when I was in college. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff.
okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, as we all know, about two some years ago, COVID-19 happened. So I think it happened about your junior year, right? So,
Yeah.
what had kept you going? 'Cause, it hit about springtime, so you couldn't really have any spring ball come through. So, what kept you moving and motivated through those 6, 7, 8 months we had to kind of be restricted from everything?
Man, it was crazy. Like I kind of just went back to like that high school mentality because I was stuck at home for at least like 3 months of that. I would say like here in Round Rock, just like everyone else, just on lockdown. But just like wherever other people are that are in the same position I am, like are gonna go back to school and like they're still a Division One football player. Like are you still working type? Because if you're not working, other people are. And other people are.
Hmm.
Are you still in your playbook? Are you still working out? Are you still in shape? So and it's kind of hard, like gyms and stuff being closed and stuff like that. Like it's kind of relative in a sense, but like you know, can you say that you did something every day and like really push yourself? I guess.
Hmm. Okay, so these next questions will kind of figure out who you are, who Trevor Price is. So, were there any like specific pregame music you would listen to, like when you put your headphones on? Did you have a playlist and all that? So, you can go in and say some of that.
Yeah, I did have like a playlist I put together, but like, and then it was like a lot of um, like really, like rap music, like vulgar rap music, trap music, like Young Nudie, 21 Savage. Let me just pull it up.
So I'm pulling it up, man.
Uh,
I've heard something different. Like I've heard gospel, I've heard R&B recently. So I've heard a lot of different type of music.
like
I've had two interviews before this, so I've heard some different things.
I have had a few teammates that listen to gospel, and like I've tried before a certain game, and like it's not bad. Like kind of more like at peace. But I'm trying to like I don't know. Like it's gonna be like to me, it's gonna be chaotic out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be chaotic. Like it's gonna be loud. For me at least. I'm a linebacker or was a linebacker, so I'm out here legit trying to smack the crap out of people all the time, hitting the ground, hitting like just loud noise all the time. So like to me, it's more of a like um, I'm focusing, looking at my notes or something, like trying to just thrive in chaos. So just focus, just maintain
Mm.
focus with all this loud, just absurdness going on around me.
It's crazy because like you were probably one of the hardest headers I've ever experienced, but you're also one of the nicest guys I've met. You was one of those people who was like opposite in person and who would turn it on in the pad. So I kind of respected that a lot. How you would turn it on when it comes to when it comes to football. So um I forgot what sponsorship y'all had when it comes to shoes. So what kind of cleats did y'all wear? Well, did you like to wear in game?
So starting out, we had we were sponsored by Nike, and we honestly like so the way like the sponsorships and stuff work is like how big or small is your school type of deal. So like you got your Power Five schools, you got like Group of Five schools. So like Nevada, we were a Group of Five, and like when we first started out, like the program there was kind of like, to be quite frank, like kind of like mediocre. They had mediocre seasons. Like it was like kind of the attendance was like kind of dismal. Like the games were good. Like when the games were hard fought. I'm not like knocking any of the Nevada teams by any means, but like there was just like a period of time there where like the community and stuff was just kind of like they didn't care. So like by the end of the time we were there, like they did care. But what I'm saying is like we had a really bad Nike contract when I was there. Like, do you remember the uh the Nike like Alpha cleats?
Oh yeah.
Old, old cleats. I'm talking about like, speed and strength.
Yeah, man, I hated those, man. I hated those shoes.
Terrible, terrible cleats. They hurt your feet, right?
Yes, I was more of an Under Armour guy. You know,
Standard.
all up, I was more of an Under Armour with the highlights. So, 'cause I found those more
Yeah.
comfortable compared to anything. I've tried to switch my senior year, didn't work out. I have to go back to the Under Armours.
Yeah,
So
bro.
I definitely feel you on that when it comes to that.
They're terrible. So I hated. Then we switched to Adidas, and our Adidas stuff was actually really nice. So like I enjoy wearing like the Addy Zeros, and they had like some like kind of mid version of the cleat, like not quite an Addy Zero, but like a little bit beefier, but like not that much beefier. Kind of like that. Like, I don't know if I have them laying around anywhere, but they're not like hideous. But they're no, I like that. And
Okay. So when it comes to those kind of sponsorships, do they give you like multiple like different sets of shoes? So you can be like, oh, I could wear this shoe this week, or I can wear this shoe for a couple weeks and this shoe a couple weeks, or was it just set?
it was just like a set. So like at least with us, like there's other teams that have like whole like Oregon is gonna be completely different.
Yeah.
Doing new stuff every week, right? Like we had a pair of white cleats, and for like at least 1 year for a point in time, like we actually did get like a bunch of different pairs of cleats. So like you kind of it's up to you, like when you're packing for an away game or home game, or not really a home game because your stuff's just there, but an away game,
Yeah.
um, you have this big mesh like duffel bag. It's huge. You put all your stuff in there, like your helmet, your shoulder pads, what cleats you want to bring, like some extra gloves. Like you're gonna get new gloves when you get there. Like they're gonna have the game cleats that they have packed for you there and all that stuff. But like if you choose to bring cleats that you've like practiced in or they're not necessarily like that week's game cleats or whatever, yes, you could bring them. It might be a problem with the coach. Like that had to be something you ask them. But like, yeah, it kind of just depends.
Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to like traveling, was it a big? So it's like you know how Nevada is more like it was a group of five. So comparing to from high school traveling to college traveling, was it a huge difference? Like did y'all have like a specific charter bus or something like that?
Um, it just depends. Like, because I mean, when we traveled, like it was always really nice. Like I'm not even gonna like sometimes the planes are kind of like older, but like it was always nice. Like we always had a plane chartered to us. We never like flew planes with like we had to wait in security a few times. But we always have to like had to get your ID checked still. You gotta go through security, get like wanded, they'll go through your bag a little. But like for the most part, you're like walking through like a hangar with like private jets or something over there, or like stuff like that. And it's that to me was always really cool. Like you're always on a charter bus. Like anytime you're traveling in an away game, you're always on a big charter bus. Like no matter what, going anywhere. So that was always cool. Like especially during bowl games, sometimes they'll put like big decals of like the team on there, stuff like that, or even for home games or stuff like that. So that was always really cool. They always, I think, like really splurge on traveling. for the most part.
Okay. So earlier you had stated how I guess sometimes the atmosphere wasn't like that good. Um over your 4 to 5 years in Nevada, what was like the best experience? Like kind of regarding to the atmosphere, but also to like the game day experience and all that stuff when it comes to gear and stuff like that and just being around the atmosphere and stuff.
Oh man, I would have to say like because you have to think like the time we like I got there to where I was like where we were senior year, like the attendance and stuff like gradually was getting better, and like stuff was getting better. So like say like when we first started, like there was no student tailgates, like there was no alcohol
Mm,
at these tailgates and stuff like that. So like a lot of students weren't coming to the games because they're like, why are we going? Why you can't even
yeah.
tailgate? So that finally changed like our junior or senior year, and they flipped the student section because like imagine like those bleachers they got at Ridgeview, those little
Yeah.
small, it's like barely anything. It's like two of
Uh,
them when they're asking like a whole bunch of people to be on there, like this is the student section. And we're like, guys, come on. Like, we have this big massive section on the other side to put people in. So they finally flipped it and like it was full pretty much every home game. Like it was awesome.
I thought it was bad at my school because at my school they have the student section
Yeah.
behind the away bench. Because you know how like when it was like in high school you'd have behind the home bench. This
Yeah.
time we were behind the away, so it was just like it was more mixed emotions. So there's times we could trash talk the opposing team, but at the same time it was kind of boring at the same time. So um were there any pro pro players you would have or still would like to work out with, like just to get like a quick workout in or even to get some advice from?
Um, I mean, I guess I mean I don't really know any like I know pro players like from Nevada, but I can't speak on like any like pro like pro athletes. I guess like I would like to work out with like JJ Watt or like I don't know, like one of those like big massive D line like a um Von Miller probably is one of my favorite DNs, like edge rushers. But like again, like we have a ton of guys from Nevada, like Malik Reed, he plays for the Broncos right now. Um, Cole Turney plays for the Washington Commanders. He just got drafted. Romeo Dubs just got drafted to the Packers. We got Carson Strong's with the Eagles right now, quarterback. Really great quarterback. Um, yeah.
Okay. So are there any words you would love to give to your younger self, say like your middle school, your like your PE days, or even like your high school self? Are there any words you'd love to, if you could go back in time to give to yourself?
Just keep having fun. Yeah, just keep
Okay.
having fun. Like whenever it stops being fun, just stop doing it. So
Okay. So as you just finished up your last season at Nevada, did you feel like you achieved what you could have achieved at your time at your school?
I mean, in a way, like I do. In other ways, I don't. But like to me, like I feel like I had a good experience and like I stood out and like proved what I wanted to. Like I never really wanted to go to the NFL or anything like.
Hmm.
So like to me, like not going to NFL, like I didn't even get my hands measured by like the guys when they came to do that. Like I was so like uninvolved in the whole process to even getting on like any track to going. I was just like, yeah, nah. Like I had another year of collegiate eligibility from the COVID year, but I after this last season, I was just like, I'm good. Like our coaching staff left. Like I've been through like two defensive coordinators at that point. I was gonna be on my third. It's gonna be my last year to have to learn a new system.
Mm.
So I've had to learn in like 5 years, basically. I was like, I'm good. Like, I really don't see that. I don't have an interest in being a 6-year senior. Like, we had a ton of 6-year seniors. Like, imagine that. Like, 6 years you're in college. Like, some guys, 7. Like, it's crazy if you get a medical shirt. So it's just like,
I've seen some crazy things. Like I've seen people like they had like 2 medical. I don't know how they got it, but they got
yeah,
like 2 medical register years. They're like an 8th year senior with COVID.
yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Guys like have just been at that school forever. I'm just like, dude. For me, at least personally, I don't knock anyone that because if you love the game, like by all means, keep playing. That's what I was saying earlier. But like to me, I wasn't having fun anymore.
Mm,
I just felt like I was at a certain point stealing if I was staying there, like not having fun, really putting in my all. Like that's not really who I am. So it's just like, yeah, someone else can have this spot by all means. Like I feel like I put the jersey in a better place than when I found it. So definitely.
okay. So based off what you said, so you think you more of like what you've experienced outweighs your accomplishments. Is that what you kind of like feel like? 'Cause I would love to have that way too. Like I would love to have a great experience compared to accomplishments.
Right. I mean, and I have accomplishments like accolades. Shit. Like I have like special teams player of the year for 2 years. Like some hustle award they just gave me last year. You know, high school accolades for for days, dude. You know, to me, I don't care about that stuff. Like, just have fun and like all that stuff's gonna come. You know.
Okay, yeah. I actually appreciate the humbleness for real. So I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you, Trevor, for coming for taking time out your day, for taking 20 minutes out your day to come on this interview. So um thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
take care.
Super.